Green Grandis OTK deck profile time. Alright, for those of you in chat or IRL that are saying it's copium or crap, I will have you know. I've played about 30 matches with this variant of the deck with minor changes. Has a very, very high win percentage. And I'm strongly consider taking this to one of the Gen Con tournaments. Very high consideration. And we are uploading this to YouTube, so say hi to YouTube chat if you want to. And YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these Digimon videos go live. I'm going to talk about the deck profile. I'm going to breeze through it, but talk about the cards that are important to why the deck actually works. So, to start, we're only playing 4 eggs. You only want the same egg, and if your game gets to a point where you need a 5th egg, you are playing the deck incorrectly. So we're playing 4 Yokomons. When you Digiburst, a Digimon gets plus 2,000 for the turn. That's all you need. That's it. We move on. Okay. We play, for rookies, 4 Kakuamon X Antibody. We don't play regular Kakua. It's fine. But on player, when Digivolving, real top 3 cards of your deck, you can add an Insectoid or Machine and an X Antibody option to your hand. Very good card. Very flexible card. You play 4 of it. Now, something that not everybody does, but I'm a big fan of this next 4 of, it's the EX1 Tentomon. The EX1 Tentomon is an incredibly powerful card. It has an inheritable that says when attacking, the next time one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon card with Insectoid or Ancient Insect in its traits, you reduce the memory cost of the evolution by 1. This is incredibly important because Grandis is an Insectoid. It basically allows you to do cool evolution plays for much cheaper, because if you're using it with the X Antibody option card, this one, it's basically very, very cheap. This card is so freaking good. I can't begin to tell you how good this card is. It is crazy. Okay? So we play 4 of it, just because we want to see it. We play 3 Terriers, because there is some memory gain in the format. We want to stop and see what's going on. We want to play 2 Lalamon. The reason for 2 Lalamon is because sometimes you have to Digiburst your Grand Kuwagamon, but not go for game. And it does give you an option to return to hand as like a rookie, which can be important either to rush, either to have in the back with Mimis and stuff. It's really good. And to those of you in chat saying, but don't you trash it with Digiburst? Okay. We're going to talk about the deck in a minute. Like, you're going to talk about why Tentomon is good. Okay, are we alright? Are we going to be okay? Alright. So we play 2 Lalamons. And then we play 1 Pomumon. All turns, players can't play Digimon by effects. There is still a small amount of Digimon decks that play cards by effect. And I would rather just be able to shut them down by drawing the 1 of. It's not common. We only play 1 of it. But I'd rather have it than not play it at all. Alternatively, you can move this to like the sideboard or something. That's also kind of okay if it's with sideboards. You'll notice that this deck is not playing the promo Palmon, and there's a very good reason for it. It's because this card actually does nothing relevant in the way I play the deck. As you can see, when you get your big Grandis deck going, you're 18k. You're getting over everything anyway. You don't need jamming per se, and otherwise, you're not going to really be using it at any other point in time. You'd rather have the frickin' Tentomon, to be honest. Or the Lalamon. I'd rather Digiburst that, to be honest. So, there we go. We play 14 rookies in our deck. Yeah, sometimes the bricks, yeah, it's green, we know. Green sucks, but that's fine, whatever. Life moves on. For champions, this lineup is pretty simple. 4 Weedmon. When you Digiburst it, gain memory. Really good card. We're playing 4 Stingmon from BT3. Once per turn, when the Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle, survives gain memory. Okay. I want everyone to be aware that I play, while sometimes you still go for the good, greedy green OTK plays, sometimes you have to play board control. And cards like Stingmon allow you, Stingmon and Tento plays allow you to play board control much better, because you're gaining memory for controlling the board, thus facilitating more plays. It's very important and it's very key, especially for the decks that have stacks in like on the field. You know what I mean? Not like huge stacks either. They have huge stacks. You got to deal with it with Grandis basically. But if they don't have huge stacks, you can clean up with inheritables and it goes really well. So we play 4 Stingmon. I really like the memory this card gives me. I'd rather play it over like anything else, to be real. Now, as a side note, we were doing like Kuwagamons and X-Antibody Kuwagamons at one point. But I've submitted to this package instead. I want the memory. I just want it. It's easier. Then we play 3 more champions. We play 2 Arbormons, and we play a Metal Kabuterimon. They're hybrids. This particular hybrid can also just evolve on like a level 4 for 1. So if you're not drawing well, this gives you kind of an extra draw for 1. So it's not bad. But yeah, hybrids for game. You kind of need them because your green OTK will clear the security usually. On this, you're chipping away at their security ahead of time, which the deck can also get away with. If you can bring your opponent down to 3 security, and then you follow up with the Grand Quagga Grandis stack, then you win the game. So in that case, you don't need hybrids, but for when you don't, you do need hybrids. So we play the 3 hybrids. That's it. Moving on. Our ultimate lineup is really simple. We're playing 4 Promo Kuwamon. Your turn. I'm going to read this card to you. This card is very important. There's a reason why this card is stupid expensive right now for no reason. Your turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Insectoid in its traits, all of your opponent's Digimon gain all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose a memory. This card is kind of like a mini Ice Wall at 4, which is broken. Okay? Alright, good. And the Inheritable, it gives you Piercing. Very good at all points in the game, pretty much. If your opponent's trying to lethal you, you just submit a Kuwamon to the board, and then what are they going to do? You know what I mean? They have to deal with the Akuamon. Sometimes you are just playing like board control a little bit with Akuamons and doing nothing else. It's very important. I think people fall into a trap and they assume it's Copium because they think the only way to play the deck is just to build up Grand Quake stack and win that way. And while against certain matchups, that's definitely the way. It is not always the way. Make sure you playtest so you know when it is not the way and when it is the way. Very important. So 4 green Ice Wall Piercing. Got it. And then we're playing 4 Akuamon X-Antibody. We will read this card as well. This is a very important card in the deck. So, it evolves on Akuamon for 0. Not X-Antibody Akua, just regular Akua. When Digivolving, if Akuamon or X-Antibody is in this Digivolution card, you suspend the opponent's Digimon. Then, this Digimon is attacking, you may switch the target of the attack to one of your opponent's suspended Digimon. There are combos with this that I want to show you in a second. And then your turn, this Digimon will Digivolve into a Digimon Insectoid, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So this, with Tentomon, this card makes a very, very cheap Grand Kuwagamon. To the point where if you don't have one of your memory tamers, you can still evolve in the Grand K and still do things. It's crazy. It's really fucking good. So we're doing that. Now, cool combos. With like this and the Stingmon and like, you know what I mean? This, with the X-Antibody, you can redirect attack with an X-Antibody option card, suspend a Digimon, attack it, you get a memory, and then you're good to proceed with your turn. Like, it's a nice, neat little combo that comes up sometimes. And thankfully, thanks to Stingmon, you can do that. If you waste a Weedmon there, it feels kind of bad. A Weedmon. But, like, it's a cool combo to have. Anyway, only ultimates we play. We need nothing else. And it's 8 ultimates. We're also playing 8 megas. We're playing 4 Grandis, and 4 Grand Quagga. That's all you need. This card, Dangerous 2, Security +1. Great. This card, you evolve on 1 on a Grand Quagga, which you can reduce to 0, by the way. When Digivolving, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if this Digimon is attacking, you may switch the target to attack a suspended Digimon. During your turn, it's 4,000 DP. And end of attack once per turn. If there's a Grand Quagga or X-Antibody in the sources, you can unsuspend. You're not always going to draw your Grand Kuwagamon. And if you don't draw your Grand Kuwagamon, my recommendation is you still use your Akumon antibody to go into Grandis and you still clear board. So anyway, we're going to play 8 Megas and that's it. That's our Digimon lineup. Pretty self-explanatory. The OTK, for those of you that don't know, you Digiburst your sources with this, security +2, you swing at security, you have the antibody option still underneath it, so you evolve in the Grandis. 3 checks at 18, 16,000, you unsuspend, you swing again. And then you have a hybrid for game, hopefully. That's it, that's the combo. Okay? Cool. I think everyone knows that, but if you didn't know that, that's how the combo works. Tamers, 3 Mimi, that's all you need. I've contemplated playing 4 or a 4th memory tamer. I was thinking about actually like an original set Ken, but I'm not in love with the idea. 3 Mimi is fine. It is gas, and it does allow you to like maybe even bring out an attacker for game. Don't necessarily need a hybrid for game if you have a couple Mimis on the field. You know what I mean? So 3 Mimis. To wrap up the deck, options very simple: 4 green memory boost and 2 X antibody. This deck, if you've noticed, it plays a lot of gas. It doesn't play a lot of tech cards. It doesn't play the red package. It doesn't play analog use or other things like that, right? It's just gas. And that's the best way I've found to play this deck. I played this deck with the red cards. It's really cool, but green already has issues with bricking. Not so much this set, prior sets, but it does brick sometimes. And if you don't draw your engine sometimes against certain decks like black, you're dead. You need to draw your cards. That's why I hate playing the red cards. If the format has side decks, go ahead and side the red cards. That's fine. But like main deck game 1, just go consistency turbo. Trust me, it works. I've been doing this without red cards for plenty of matches, and it works fine. You can swing in with little guys if you're fearing lots of options, kind of bait it out, and then go in for the kill, and that's fine. That's it. That's it for the deck profile. YouTube and chat. That's it.